Right then, let's look at making some objects interact with each other within Scratch. Now, our objects we call sprites, and so far we've added 3 sprites: a flower, a platform, and our unicorn. And what would like to happen is that when our unicorn falls down, she actually, instead of only stopping at the bottom of the screen, she stops on a platform. Right now that's not going to happen. She's just going to fall straight through it, and we can have a look at that. So for this demonstration I've moved the platforms. If I run it, she touches the platform and falls all the way through. Well, that's not much good. So I'm going to go back to my unicorn script, and as you can see there's no script at the moment to stop her from going all the way down. Now there's different ways we can do this, and we'll look at a couple of them. The first way is we could use sensing. Now sensing is different from an event. An event is usually receiving a message from the outside. So it's doing something until it receives an event. Sensing, on the other hand, is more designed to work within the flow of the program, so we can put it inside the forever loop rather than starting a sequence of events. One of these is really handy, is we could use touching platform. This again is a question. Is what we should be saying is the sprite that we're inside, at the moment that's sprite 1, touching the sprite called platform? And it's a cut-off diamond again. So we can put that inside an if loop. There we go. If touching platform. Now, the thing is that what we want to do is we want to say, well, if touching platform, then don't do this. So I can go to my operator and I can use a clever little thing saying not. And I can drop that inside. Now that says not touching platform. And another way you could say, if our sprite is not touching a platform, then do this. I would drop that inside my if. Place that. I can take that entire if and pop it inside our first if. This is what we call a nested if. We are nesting one if statement inside another if statement, in the same way that a bird will place its eggs inside a nest. You see how it kind of cups around? So this is nesting. Okay, I'm going to run this now and we're going to see what happens. So down comes our little unicorn. She touches the platform and stops. That's great. Problem solved. The slight issue of this though is if I move that platform out of the way. Uh-oh. And she falls all the way through the other platforms. Great, grab her. Boom. What's happened here is we've said if she's touching the sprite called platform. And that's great for this platform here. That's the platform called platform. But that platform there is called platform 2. And that platform there is called platform 3. They're different sprites. So we can't do that. Now there's 2 different ways of doing that. The simplest way is to use unique colors. What I want to do is I want to, instead of using the touching platform method, I want to say, if we look very carefully at our images and click back, you'll notice that I've painted her toes a golden color. In fact, it's that gold we want, not the one above. And that platform is a very specific shade of green on top. For this, I can say instead, if that particular color, that exact shade of gold, touches that exact shade of green, then stop. Look at our Scratch. That sensing thing is touching color, So now this is where it gets a bit tricky, is you need to pick exactly the right shade of gold. For this I can go into the costumes and you can see it's just there. Yeah, that front hoof, or the back hoof has got more of the gold, so I'm going to use that back hoof. You can also cheat by making your unicorn a bit larger for this process. You can shrink her back down afterwards. So now I need to place this inside there instead. So how we do this? Well, I click on the first color, move the pointer, and I highlight just over just that right part of the gold. Now I need to, so that's the golden bit. Now I need to say if the golden bit's touching that green bit there. So I click on the second colour, move over and touch the green bit. It's that simple. Now I can try that. Let's shrink her back down again, she's a bit large. There we go. Now if we run that, and she stops. And it doesn't matter which platform we do, she will stop on any of them now. So that is actually a better method, and that in Scratch is the simplest way of making two sprites interact with each other. So what I'd like you to do now for that simple method is you're going to make a nested if. You'll need the not from the operator. You'll need to go to sensing and choose color is touching color. You have to be very careful. If it doesn't work, then look at those colors. And it's not just any old gold, it's that exact shade of gold. And it's not just any old green, it's that exact shade of green. So you have to pick them from the right part of the hoof and the right part of the platform. And then it should work. One warning, if you get creative with your own backgrounds, you may find that it can interact with the background as well. So be careful on choosing your background. Once you've done that, don't forget to save. Away you go.